Hi everyone, it's Quilting Nerd, and as promised today a short video about ribbon candy and what kind of exercises you can do to improve your ribbon candy or just to learn it. I have already one video, or two videos about ribbon candy and different designs that you can use it for, different ideas. But I have the impression that more different approaches we have for quilting one designs, better results we will have, because some people simply need a little bit different explanation. So let's start. I have a piece of fabric with fleece with batting in between, and I will quilt with relatively dark thread so you can see the result. And you know, I like to start always with a shape that you know very well how to quilt. And this time let us start with number 8. That's it. We are just quilting number 8 all the time, just starting from one side or from the other, depending how you prefer to quilt it. The point is that one way or the other, you know the movement, and you know how to draw a number 8. And now I would like you to focus on two aspects of this number. The first one is to go with this kind of slalom S shape or the sinusoidal wave up. And then we are reversing, mirroring this shape on the way back. And I would like you to make several lines so you're changing the directions of the number 8, and you are just quilting this till you are getting it nice and symmetrical. I actually know that drawing number 8 is a very good neurological exercise and improves your concentration. I had it with my kid, and when we were struggling with the worst onset of his ADHD. So this is anyway very good exercise for you. So once you have this whole array of the whole row of number 8s quilted next to each other, we can move to the next exercise. So I prefer always to start from the left, the way how I am writing in this case. So, and what I want you to do is to start focusing just on the quilting, the one part of the number 8. So we started here, so now I want to get the symmetrical but next to it. Doesn't have to touch, it's just that I'm repeating first this shape . It doesn't matter if it's perfect, it's only that I am getting those lines up and down. As I progress, maybe it will be in this row, maybe in the next one, I would try to touch the previous ones. And then you will see that actually your ribbon candy starts forming. And that gives you better understanding how this design works. Now if I would start in the other direction, so let me go back here, and I am back, and I will be starting from this way. you can already see that then I can quilt the ribbon candy directly. Everything I have to do is to quilt half of the number 8 and make sure that the bellies are touching. So I am creating this nice droplet shape, the same which I was pointing out to you in my previous video. So now when we have those shapes practiced, we can actually start quilting. Now we have two things. So we want to go from left to right. So I would have to start this way, so drawing the 8 from the other side. If you prefer it differently, so starting from the bottom, then go to the bottom and then simply think about the way how then we have to go here, so that this belly part is first. So that's the first part of 8. And then I would normally go down back here, but I will go a little bit farther and then I will start the other part of the 8. So I have to move a little bit to the side always, so I can have space for my half 8. And as you will practice, you will notice that this movement becomes more and more smooth. You have no problems to judge where you are. That's why those quilting parcours are so important, that you just quilt whatever comes to your head, and just to try to keep the spacing and precision in mind. Not the end purpose of the project, is just practice quilting. And everything what I am doing here, it's just quilting shape of half 8. Then I can, of course, in the next step, I can finally change direction. So I'm also always starting from the belly side. And then I can start modifying and thinking about quilting double, overlapping ribbon candy, but that would be already more advanced level, where you have to start judging the distance. So then your bellies of your 8s are not touching, they are overlapping, cuddling a little bit closer. And this gives us this little bit of a twist. Everything what I'm thinking about is drawing number 8 and then changing my mind and starting another one. I know some of you are saying you cannot quilt ribbon candy, but you can draw number 8, and that's all it is. The next level of difficulty is when we have changing size of the lines, but that's the point with the ribbon candies. They look so great if you have diamond-like elements. So once you mastered it within sashing, you can start quilting it within triangle shapes. And believe me, they are always looking great in a quilt because of this nice little puff of texture they give. So this is for slightly more advanced ribbon candy. Getting smaller and smaller, and you can already see that ribbon candy and stipples have a lot of similarities, and we will use it in a moment. But first, that was only one side was straight, the other one was inclined. In this case we have two inclined edges, so we will have to pay attention to both of them. The sandwich is so small, I prefer to fold it actually like this. This is another aspect of the exercise. You can, sooner or later, you should rotate your sandwich 90 degrees and try to quilt any design at a different angle. So, I already mentioned before that ribbon candy and stipples are very similar, have the same element. If you look at it, you will see it really. With stipple, it's like partial droplet or 1/2 of the 8, and then we are just repeating this varying the size and direction, then we are really creating good stipples. So if you understand ribbon candy and where it comes from, then also the stipples will become much better. I actually started learning quilting from stipples, but I struggled quite a lot, and no wonder, because actually this is not a design for beginners. You see, there are tons of elements from ribbon candy in it if you want to make it look good. So, as you can see, actually learning how to quilt ribbon candy did not take too many steps. We started from number 8, just very nicely next to each other. After that, in the next exercise, we were just quilting parts of the 8, then moved to the side and then quilted the other part, half of the 8, and just repeated. It's like cutting the 8 on half and moving it to the sides. And after, in the third step, we just continuously quilted the halves of 8 shape, and in this way we created the ribbon candy. So you can see it, you can look at it as S-curves, you can see the droplet shape that you have here very nicely, and that's how I was explaining it to you in my first video on ribbon candy. But actually the 8 shape looks also pretty good. Then in more advanced exercise you can try to overlap the ribbon candy using the steps 2 and 3, the same principle. And after that, what is left to master is to quilt ribbon candy in changing dimensions of your space. And if you want to use the ribbon candy shape to create very nice stipples over all filler. I hope that helps you, and I promise video after that will be again more on improv quilting and no talking and just very nice and relaxing music. Have fun practicing your ribbon candy. Let me know what other design you would like to practice. We covered swirls and some elements of the feather quilting, and hopefully talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.